getting it, fella. Look here.
Stand by.
One for Sealab, two for Ego, three for Wolverine to round out the trio. In this episode, everybody dies.
Broadcasting live from inside the power band, this is the Variable versus Knife Super Show. I'm your host, Variable, along with my super companion, Knife.
Yo.
Welcome to the show, folks. This week on the podcast, we are tackling the 1994, possibly 1997, classic. Variable, This Is Knife Over.
Starring Willem Dafoe.
Starring the immortal Willem Dafoe, Harrison Ford, and of course, shit pushed in
Raymond Cruz.
Let's start the show. High level. Go, Sealab. Oh, by the way, Jarhigo is not here this week.
Jarhigo's not here. It's a cluster of twofers. Dude, the
cluster of twofers.
Raymond Cruz was like, how did you get so close to the lieutenant soldier? He's like, by being a sneaky bastard, sir.
I love good, that dude. He's in this movie.
I love him, dude. I fucking love him.
And I'm just finishing up watching season 6 of Better Call Saul, which he's featured in.
I've heard good things.
So. I'm telling you, man, it's as good as Breaking Bad. I don't know why more people are not talking about that show. It's so good.
Someday I'll
season 6,
watch all that stuff.
Yeah, well, it's worth it. It's up there with The Wire and Boardwalk Empire and all the other great shows. Certainly Breaking Bad.
So I've heard. I think I've mentioned it a few times. I really love and respect Breaking Bad, but I couldn't stick with it because it just made me feel like so depressed every time I watched it. I just didn't have the space for it.
It's definitely depressing.
Umba, one of our longest and hardcoreiest of listeners, has been talking about Better Call Saul for a while now. So glad you're digging it.
Well, there you go. Yeah, loving it. It's great. But I was very okay to take a break from that to watch Variable, This Is Knife Over.
Yeah, this is a classic, dude. I mean, for whatever reason, we seem to gravitate towards these Clancy-esque espionage geopolitical movies when Benny's not around, so I'm down.
Yeah, we do. And this one is this is a great one, certainly for you and I.
Yeah, no doubt. So high level, clear and present danger for those who haven't caught on. Harrison Ford is Jack Ryan. I mean, if you're not in an Alec Baldwin Jack Ryan movie, you're a Harrison Ford Jack Ryan movie, so I'm totally down. The rest of the Jack Ryan movies can go fuck themselves, but, I mean...
Yeah, man.
Whatever, bro. Yeah, dude, I don't know, like, this one is kind of... I haven't seen it in a long time. It was kind of a Hey Beastmasters on for me back in the day. It's just what's not to love. I'm a huge... geopolitical nut, espionage movie nut, politics kind of nut. So like these types of movies scratch the itch, and they're like less fantastical than a Bond movie. You know, I kind of like the kind of slightly more realistic nature to them, or maybe the kind of mixture of geopolitics with spy stuff, as opposed to just like fucking Golden Gun space laser shit and Jaws and stuff, which I love. Like I love Bond movies, but they're super fantastical, you know. And
definitely.
And this was very like Vanilla Ice Cream, looking back at 1994, where you know, assuming that people had integrity is a really interesting misnomer. Like looking at this movie through the lens of today, where everyone is a piece of shit, is it's interesting to kind of see it now.
I concur.
It was just kind of wild, you know. It's like, this is not right, sir. I'm going to go talk to Congress, and they're going to do the right thing because they're good people. It's like, yeah, we don't live in that world anymore, bro. So, yeah, it was a fun rewatch and brought back a lot of memories, and I definitely have a soft spot for this movie.
Yeah.
So that's my smorgasbord of opinions.
Right on. That's great. I'll give your high level a 7.63.
There you go. I like it.
There you go.
Where'd you end up?
So My high level is I'm resonating a lot of things that you said. Definitely, this was like a Hey Beastmasters on. I don't know why, other than the fact that it's a really good movie.
It's just on all the time.
It was on all the time, man. And any time this movie was on, I was just like, yeah, I got nothing better to do.
This is me.
This is me watching this movie for the 300 millionth time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it was. This was a great movie. I mean, I guess I am a fan of like espionage, sort of geopolitical thriller movies, and this was a great one. I have some other thoughts about that. I'll get to that later as I watch this. I just watched this like 2 months ago, so I'm
nice.
pretty well refreshed on it. I think I found it on like Tubby for free or something.
Mm-hmm.
I found it somewhere for free, and this time it was not for free. And I was
really?
not happy about that. Yeah, I rented it, but whatever, dude. It's never not a good watch, you know. It's always a good watch. So I enjoyed it yet again for the 500th time, and yeah, I'll save the rest for the rest.
Word. I kind of feel like talking about the higher level shit, like the espionage genre and geopolitics stuff, is probably a good place to start. Like, it's a very vanilla-y movie, so it's probably where most of the meat is, I guess.
Well, what do you mean by that? You're saying you want to talk about the geopolitical stuff, which would indicate that it's not vanilla, but you're saying it's vanilla. Why? Like, expound.
Yeah, I
what do you
mean, I like the most interesting thing about this movie to me is the geopolitical angle and how quaint it seems now, as opposed to like just how, I don't know, I guess like Tom Clancy-esque it is. Like, it's just like, it's the kind of thing that like it's like an America Fuck Yeah movie where like the honorable Boy Scout dude saves the fucking day, you know? Like, it's about as 90s America rah-rah as you can get. It's pre 9/11. It's like,
yeah, definitely.
You know, it's just a very quaint time in our history. Like, post Cold War, pre 9/11, it's like we were like, we're the fucking best. Well, this is the best. Mm-hmm. I fucking love us, you know?
Yeah.
It's like this very small kind of period of time where like we were at the top of the top. There was no other global power. We thought we were the hot shit. Meanwhile, we were doing all kinds of really lame shit around the world, and it didn't catch up to us until around 9/11. So, like, it's just such a really weird period of time where my formative years were in those years. So, like, you just, like, grow up being like, we're the greatest. And then, you know, you realize it was just this tiny little pocket of time where surrounded by, like, you know, real hardship and shit show shenanigans stuff, you know? So, I don't know, it just seems very quaint, if that makes sense. And I like the quaintness, and I have nostalgia for it, but it just seems quaint.
It is quaint, man. That's a good way to put it.
Does that make sense? Does that kind of answer the question?
No, it does make sense. Yes, and I'm glad you said that. I mean, I agree that the movie is very vanilla. I don't want to jump out of line here or say something too soon.
It's your show. Go for it. Who gives a fuck?
Your show.
Say whatever you want.
I think this movie is incredibly vanilla. Like, it's not only is it vanilla, like the dialogue is terrible in this movie. Like,
yeah, it's a Clancy book.
And I think, like, I get it, but like zooming out for a second, like Hunt for Red October is a way better movie, dude, by a large margin.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen Hunt for Red October and this one more than I've seen Patriot Games.
Same.
I've probably only seen Patriot Games like 2-3 times.
Yeah, same.
And I don't know why that is, you know, but
I think it's because of the Hey Beastmasters on. I just think it wasn't on.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I mean, but you know, so we've talked about this before. I'll reiterate it again. Like the what of this trilogy of movies is that Harrison Ford was not interested in Hunt for Red October. Okay, so they gave it to Alec Baldwin, who knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he saw how popular it was, he decided he wanted to be Jack Ryan, which, you know, I like both actors, but I really wish I had seen Alec Baldwin play this character all the way through all three of the movies. And I really feel like Red October is the best of the three.
Yeah.
And the dialogue is way better and everything is way better. It's much more gritty and realistic, and it's still like a geopolitical espionage thing, kind of attached to the 80s Cold War, which is great too, you know? So
the cat and mouse is a pretty strong thing in Red October. Like, I guess there's cat and mouse here, but it's way more pronounced in Red October.
No doubt about that. You know, in like Patriot games, you know, we've got like the sort of IRA terrorists, you know, kind of doing their thing. I mean, this is definitely cooler. It's like drug cartel. Like, what's cooler than drug cartels and Russians? I mean, let's be real here. So I really think I would rather have seen Alec Baldwin play all three films. I think October's the best, and I think that the dialogue in this one is terrible. It's so Hollywood tropey, dude. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if I feel like they whitewashed this movie with just tropey, crappy dialogue because it's just all over the place, you know?
Yeah, I guess it was rewritten a few times too, so like it wouldn't surprise me if it just
not a good sign.
Yeah, it just kind of gotten. It was like a photocopy. Too many photocopies. It just got muddy.
Exactly.
But
yeah,
I don't know, like
too much water.
I think maybe that's why this movie does okay, is because in this genre, it's above average in terms of dialogue and stuff, because you have the like ridiculousness of some of the other, like the Bond-esque movies, you know, like they're just so crazy that this seems like intellectual by comparison, you know, even though it's not.
Yes.
And when compared against other movies in the space, so I mean, maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know why I dug this movie so much when I was younger. It's just,
well,
I think the idealism was attractive to me, you know, and the actiony stuff obviously was attractive to me, but I don't know.
I think the Boy Scout aspect of it was attractive as well.
Because I was such a like, fuck you know, as a teenager. Like,
yeah, I know. So was I. But like, you see Jack Ryan in this one, and you're just like, yes,
yeah, maybe
you are doing the right thing. You know,
yeah, I guess that's. I think that's it. I think it's like I was so like fucking the nihilists in Lebowski as a teenager. You know, like fuck the government, fuck all this, fuck all that, and it's just so plain that the dude is doing good, and you're like, well, if, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just like the fact that it's so clear is attractive. Whereas like what's his name, the fucking main bad guy in this, Ritter, he's like, the world is gray, and like it's true, the world is gray. Like the world is not black and white like Jack Ryan says it is. It is gray in almost every circumstance. And I think just the fantasy of good versus evil and it being so clear is the attractive piece here. You can just like turn off your brain and for an hour and a half be like, yeah, go good guys, you know?
Yeah, go good guys.
Go good guys, yeah, rah rah, you know?
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
So,
I mean, it's
so fantastical.
But it is also like what you said. Like it's oddly enough, like even though Ritter says like, you know, everything's gray. It's like this movie is very clear in what is and what isn't. You know what I mean? It's like these are the bad guys and these are not the bad guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of skirt around it a little bit, but, you know, Jack Ryan is such a shining example of what a good guy is that, you know, it ends up being pretty clear just because of him that, you know, it's clear.
And present?
And present, but with some danger.
Sprinkling of danger. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess like maybe just to briefly touch on the kind of how silly it looks in modern times is like one of the final scenes where Harrison Ford's just kind of like, how dare you, sir? You know, coming here barking like a junkyard dog, and then they got the other dude Cutter's out in the hallways like, we need to talk. He just he's like, no, we don't. Fuck you, you know. And then I just love how Cutter's like, oh man, I got busted. I'm fucked. You know, it's like it's not how it works, dude. You know, like
no, it's not.
It's just so funny, man. Sitting down in front of Congress, like getting ready to fuck. It's really funny, man. It's really funny, and it just so fits that like illusion of it being the greatest time in the greatest country on earth in like the 5 years where there wasn't a fucking huge recession or international war. You know what I mean? It's so funny, man.
Yeah. No, you're right. There was nothing going on there, man. You know, then it was
Post
sort of
first
like
Gulf War, pre 9/11.
Yeah.
Where we all thought, and coming out of that like late 80s recession, it was like this like tiny little pocket of time where it kind of was, things were looking on the up and up.
Yeah, it was a very sort of Vaseline lensed time. There was nothing really going on in the 90s. Everybody was just hanging out and getting high, you know.
At least that's what I was doing.
Well, that's what I was doing too, but I think that's what a lot of people were doing, you know. So I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry, I lost my train of thought.
It's all good. I don't know. I feel like that covers the kind of
why
setting and the why and the
all right.
What is attractive stuff, and then I guess it's like the cartel stuff's interesting. It obviously really pigeonholes all of Latin America into fucking drug dealers kind of trope. But
God, dude, totally.
But it's, I mean, I don't know. It's charming. Yeah. Like Escobedo is such a fucking whingy little douchebag piglet, and I just kind of love. I kind of love fake Antonio Banderas taking him to school. You know.
Wait, what?
It's kind of like the dude that looks like Antonio Banderas' stunt double coming along and taking him to school and fucking him over.
Oh, you talking about Cortez?
Yeah.
I love that actor Miguel Sandoval, the guy that played Escobedo.
Yeah, same.
Great.
I don't know what else I know him from, but
I can't remember off the top of my head. He's been in a ton of stuff and definitely should be in more stuff aside from playing cartel people, you know. I mean, he was in Blow playing a cartel guy, you know. He's in this movie playing a cartel guy. He's such a convincing South American that, you know.
Yeah, you can see why he gets pigeonholed. It's just a shame. It's kind of the Latino equivalent of the Asian issue that seems, you know, like
totally.
Kiki Kwan and stuff saying there was just no jobs other than the pigeonholed bullshit, and it seems like the same for pretty like lots of Latino actors.
No fucking doubt, dude. The only thing that you would probably know that he was in was, of course, because I always bring this up, he was in an episode of Seinfeld. He played Marcelino.
I thought you were going to go there.
He played Marcelino, the owner of the bodega.
He was in one episode of Seinfeld, 3 minutes of screen
one episode
time.
of Seinfeld. He plays Marcelino. He puts Jerry's clown check up because he bounced the check. And then it turns out that he was secretly holding illegal cockfights in the back of his bodega, dude. It's freaking great, man. So, yeah.
So there's that.
That's Miguel Sandoval. I love that guy, man.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. And he plays a good boss here where, I don't know, so often the tropey cartel boss is just like a cold killer, and here he's just kind of like a knucklehead, but trying to be a cold killer, you know? Like he's got the swagger a bit, but then he's like, you know, his like neck giblets are shaking and he's kind of scared on a couple of occasions.
Neck giblets.
The dude's got the best neck. Like he said, he has an award-winning neck. It's just like,
and he's also, if I may, has a fantastic mustache, man.
That's true. That
fantastic. Yeah,
fair enough.
To do a little mustaches kiss.
It's just a little smoochy smooch.
Yeah, it's like the chef's kiss.
Drank some chocolate milk. Has a teeny little stash there.
There you go. So I realize neck giblets.
I mean, he's just like, this is. If I remember, I'll do some chapter art here because like he's got like a fully formed chin, and then it goes around, and it's like chin, and then it just turns into this fucking 45-degree angle. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, it is. He definitely has some neck jibs.
You can store like 3 Wilford Brimleys in there. Like it's a sweet giblet.
It's like he's got it's like its own dimension in there.
It really is.
It's kind of like it's like a pocket universe, dude. He can hide all kinds of shit in there, like a whole world, like people, whatever.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, it's so good. So, wait, where are we here?
Not to neck shame you, sir. We love you.
Yeah, we do. We love him, man. He was great. He was, just a great, very memorable actor, man. So I really enjoy seeing him in anything that I find him in. I wouldn't be surprised if I looked it up and he was in all those, like, Narcos shows.
No, totally. Yeah.
I'm sure that he is.
Yeah, no doubt. Where were we? We were in the cartel space. Maybe just to bop over to, what is it? Joaquim de Almeida Cortez.
Yeah.
He's
great too, man.
Fucking Rico Suave. And I love how they're like, he's Latin Jack Ryan. It's like, yeah, no, not at all, but okay.
Yeah, right. I
It's
know.
fucking great, man.
He does not look anything like Harrison Ford.
Nope.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Looks pretty good. But he's, I kind of feel like, from just like a plot point of view, if it was Jack Ryan versus Escobedo, it wouldn't have been anywhere near as interesting. I think the fact that it was, the Cortez dude who's a hired intel guy kind of fucking fucking Escobedo over is a really interesting angle.
Well, that's what's cool about the movie, man, is it the way that, like, the sort of, who's the bad guy, who's not the bad guy, in the sense of, like, we're just, like, doing our thing. You guys are, like, essentially attacking us, like, unwarranted. You know what I mean? Like, so then it's like, well, who's really the aggressor here? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
That's what I kind of like about this movie, is that it kind of makes you think, and then it's kind of like, Escobedo's the natural evil supervillain, but
it's really the president's dick measuring contest that starts this whole thing.
It's really the president, but then it becomes Cortez, so it keeps switching, which is cool.
That's
like
true.
That's what I think makes this movie interesting, man.
I do love that one of the opening scenes in the Oval Office is just like, Ritter's like, yeah, man, happens all the fucking time. He's like, not to one of my friends. It's like, well, okay, bro, but like Ritter's not wrong, bro. Like, fucking whip your dick out,
not.
Pull out the tape measure. Like, we need to do something about this, but I can't say we need to do something about this. I don't know what you want me to do, sir. This is a clear present danger. Like, okay, dude.
Please talk like that the whole episode. I love that actor, dude. I don't remember what his name is. Hold on.
Donald Moffat.
Donald Moffat, dude. He's been in a lot of shit. And he always sort of plays this kind of, he can definitely play like a sort of creepy, evil older dude, or he can play like a gentle Ben kind of, older grandpa. But like, he was great, and like I love seeing this guy. Like, he's a great actor. He was great in Trapped in Paradise with Nick Cage and Dana Carvey. But like, he is just totally like that in this movie. He's just like, he's totally beating his own fucking drum. You know what I mean?
Man,
like,
is he ever?
I love. He's just like you said. He's just, not to one of my friends.
Yeah, this will not stand.
Well,
I'm the
it's
president
our
of the United
money.
States.
Yeah, well, it's our money. Well, let's just take it. Well, we can't take it, Mr. President. Well, I don't care.
Just make it happen.
We're gonna take it anyway.
Hey, John, don't you have a friend in that country? All right, John's gonna come down and negotiate. Go down to the fucking plane, John.
Exactly.
Go get fucking shot by a RPG, John. See you later, bud.
Yeah. Theory? Oh, no, that can't be a theory. That's got to be real. That's got to be real.
It's just so funny, man. Like, I don't know. It's just, the whole thing comes from small dick syndrome with the president. I just love it. He's just...
I guess it does, Jeff.
It's really funny.
I mean, clearly it does. Clearly it does.
So yeah, we talked about him in The Thing, dude. He was in The Thing. That's where this all started.
Oh shit, you're right. He was in The Thing.
You dropped the clear and present danger nugget in that episode.
That's a death, bro. Bro.
How dare you come in here and bark at me like a junkyard dog? It's one of my favorite lines.
Bro,
too. I love that.
Death, man.
How dare you, sir? Now you got a chip in the big game.
Yeah.
I want to cash it in for you. Yeah, we're
done here. No, you're not going to say anything. Now you've got a chip in the big game. You're going to hold on to it. You're going to put it in your pocket.
Tuck that away for later.
And you're going to use it later when you need a favor. Like getting out of a parking ticket.
But that's what I think is so fucking hilarious about this is like, okay, cool, like political shenanigans. But then he's just like, yeah, no. And they're like, wait, you can't say that. What do you mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, all right. Fucking president.
I want to do this Donald Moffat shit like the whole time. So excellent, dude.
In this episode,
it's so true, and I love
just do Donald Moffat monologues.
I love how he goes from like, the pillar of righteousness to he switches gears so fast after Ryan says, "How dare you, sir?"
Right?
Then he's like, "Okay, well now you got yourself a chip. You got yourself a chip in the big game.
Welcome to the party."
Yeah, welcome. Now you're on the inner circle of evil. What do you think? How does it look from inside here? It's so good.
It's just so tropey, dude. I love it.
It's great. It's tropey, but it's great. I mean, it's kind of... It's really what it is stupid.
But it's Nixon. It's Nixon porn. It's like... It's making a movie about, like, busting the guy all the way at the top, It's just porn for that, I reckon,
Yeah, okay, all right, fair
Everyone
enough.
wanted a bit of closure. They wrote a fucking fake book about it, and, you get to actually chop the legs out from the president, and it's never happened before. It's kind of like a fantasy, I guess.
Right.
Oh, fucking Moffat, though. So perfect.
Well, what do you mean they're selling drugs?
Know the man for 40 years. Almost went into business with him.
Drugs? The Colombians sell drugs in the U.S.?
This is outrageous.
I promised the American people some arrests in the war on drugs. The dialogue is so shitty in this movie,
shit.
Dude. It's terrible.
I love when he goes out. Like,
fucking
this has got to be probably one of the worst things to listen to, but I don't care. I'm having fun. Where, like, he goes out and does his press conference, and there's, like, a piece of paper that's like, Iran, drugs, Colombia. It's like, we found money, and we're going to take this money. We were doing some investigating, and we found this thing. I'm a really good president. It's like, okay, bud.
Yeah, and everybody's like, okay.
Excuse me. He's like, yes, Billy Bob from CNN. Did you say 650 million? Wowzers, jeepers, Mr. President. That's a lot of money. It is.
Yeah,
Billy
well,
Bob.
I tell you what, it's a lot of money, but you know how much that is in political capital? It's even more. That's what's so stupid about this movie is that you've got this terrible dialogue mixed with like good story and good dialogue. It's almost like you can clearly see where like the dialogue was being, filled in by some other writer, as opposed to like all the actual Tom Clancy like espionage shit.
That's
you know
great.
what I mean?
Yeah, I never really I guess I just got too into the flick, like in terms of just being absorbed, that I'd never paid attention to the dialogue, but.
I didn't either until this
reenacting
this
the whole movie with you just now makes me realize that it's actually pretty fucking bad.
Oh, it's terrible, dude. There's like the lines between like Jack and his wife are awful. All the dialogue in the family is awful. The dialogue between him and Dan, not Jacobson, but Dan, the guy, his buddy that got killed down in Colombia in the freaking suburban scene, which was freaking sweet.
Food.
Yeah, right. What are you... I'm using the Donald Moffat voice and I can't do that.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, he's... What do you use to brush your teeth? The bottled water. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I said the same thing. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, man.
I love it. Like the dude's never been out of the country
he goes
before.
to leave and she's like, Jack. And he's like... Don't say it.
Be
it's
safe,
like,
Jack.
fucking come
Be
on.
safe.
Don't say it.
I love you. I know.
Yeah. Comes downstairs. Fucking little kids fucking throwing pancakes all over the room.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bob, you want toast?
Yeah.
Little Daddy's gonna go save the world, baby. See you later.
little sister's making breakfast for everybody, right?
Billy, eat your toast.
Don't have any more waffles. It's toast or toast.
Toast or toast.
I want waffles.
What fucking Eggo waffles, dude? This is the 90s.
Right? And then dad and mom are completely oblivious. Mom's like getting ready and watching the news, and dad's like, "Hey pal, how's it going?"
Hey pal, did I tell you about that time I told the president to say something?
No. Totally, dude. He's just like, "Hey pal," and the kid's fucking trying to stab his sister because she won't make him waffles.
Yeah, it was fucking waffles.
Oh my god, it's so great.
Have a good day, slugger.
Okay, time to go save the world again.
Dude, how, like, I'm totally in the, like, let's beat up on this movie a bit. Because, like,
let's do it. We already
the
are.
Jack Ryan. I just love that Jack Ryan's, like, this nerdy analyst who's like, well, get on a plane and go down there. He's like, flies down. All of a sudden, he's like, fucking dodging RPGs, driving fucking SUVs backwards. Fucking saving the day, like buying fucking
off that part of the
Hueys. Like, it's just
helicopter.
so funny, dude. Like,
it is.
It's the most America fuck yeah Captain America shit ever.
It is. And the way that, like, the script got chopped up, thrown in a bowl, you know, in terms of, like, which parts are the Clancy parts and which parts are, like, the rewrite parts, you know? It's like, it became obvious to me as I watched this viewing, you know?
Totally.
You know, and it's like, you know, he rolls down there and he's like, "Hey, Clark, oh, God, it's great to see you." And he sticks a gun in his ribs. You know, I came down here to see you. I'm coming to see you.
Get in the car.
Yeah. Drive.
He punches him in the eyebrow with the gun.
I know. And he's like, what was that
What are you
doing? I'm coming down here to help you.
You said when Ryan was dead, you'd turn the op back on.
Now turn it back on.
Dude, the shout out to Ritter, dude. He's such a slimy fuck. I love him.
Oh, God, dude. He is super creepy. And he also played that actor. His name's like...
Henry
Cherney or something. Cherney would be the way to pronounce it.
Laverne and Shirley?
Yep, Laverne and Shirley. So Laverne and Shirley was in the original Mission Impossible movie.
He was.
Yes.
I don't remember which role he was in there, though. Which, like, what character is he? I just have so little time for those movies. I just have never really given a shit. The first one was pretty good.
Well, the first one is great. And the first one has Emilio. So it's
Emilio
extra good because
Estevez?
of that. Yeah, totally.
Fuck yeah.
Reuniting him with Tom Cruise.
Word.
I'm trying to think what the character's name was in Mission Impossible. It was something like Ritter.
Kittredge.
That's it, Kittredge. So nothing like Ritter, but Kittredge.
No, that's a very waspy name, dude. That's a sweater around the fucking neck name.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. But what was Kittredge? I don't remember. What did Kittredge do in Mission Impossible?
He had like kind of a similar role. Like he was like one of the higher ups in like the agency, and then he kind of betrayed everybody. I feel like he had betrayed everybody.
He just has that look about him. Do you play tennis?
Dude, he is.
Yes.
He definitely, he has the look of a guy who's like wound way too tight.
So punchable,
stays up way too late. Never wrote his mom a letter on Mother's Day, and
wait, you're supposed to write your mom letters on Mother's Day? I've never written my mom a letter on Mother's Day.
That's a line from Chips, dude.
Yeah, he just has such a like
evil.
He's quite possibly one of the best castings in any movie ever for this, just because of how fucking slimy he is, and how invincible he thinks he is, and that fucking look on his face at the end when he walks out and Ford walks in to yell at the president, and just how defeated he looks is it's poetic, dude. It's fucking poetic.
It is. And he's really great at playing that like kind of strung out, like evil political douchebag.
Yeah, that's it, dude.
Like,
call like I see it. It's my job.
Yep.
Like, all right, man.
I've got a get out of jail free card from the president. You don't have one of those, do you, Jack?
I don't know, man. It's just, I feel like I feel like this movie set me up for my love for Spy Game because it's just like,
dude,
it's like that's like
You
good
are
dialogue
so-
version of this, you know, in a
so
way.
into
You know,
Spy Game, man.
God damn. Just
Yeah,
the
I mean,
the shenanigans in Langley, I really appreciate. You know, like the scene where they're both on the computer trying to like print out the files. I love that scene. For
I
example.
love that stuff too. It's great tension builders, man. And I gotta say, like, I watched Spy Game because you wouldn't shut up about it like
I still won't
months
shut
ago,
up
and
about
I was all right. Fair enough. You still won't shut up about it, so I have it in my collection of movies. So I watched it, and I was like, you know what, this is a really good movie. And it's really good. It's much more realistic. I think that's a Tony Scott movie, which makes
I think
it even
it is,
better. Yeah. So Spy Game is really, really good, man. It holds up way better.
Like it's popcorn, but
uh,
it's fucking excellent.
no, it's beyond popcorn, dude. It's
But
definitely
it's like
popcorn.
it's kind of on rails. Like it's meant to be like fun, not fun, but like it's a thriller. You know, like I don't know if this is as much of a thriller for me. Like Spy Game is just like a nonstop thrillers, whereas this is kind of like I don't know,
more action.
not quite a nonstop thriller. Like it's an actiony drama thriller. You know, it has a little bit of sprinkling of different stuff.
Right.
Maybe I'm full of shit, but
Well, no, you're not full of shit, dude. I just think I don't know. This is definitely not as much of a thriller as Spy Game for sure. I think the problem was like in the course of being rewritten, it got turned more into like a let's make a bunch of fucking money off this movie, because it's like third one, and it's like the Jack Ryan movies, and the other two made a shitload of money, blah 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 blah. So
yeah.
like that's what I kind of think about that. To Spy Game's credit,
There's a lot of similarities though too. Like
definitely a lot of similarities, but this is drowned in vanilla
syrup
flavoring, dude.
Yeah,
vanilla flavoring, dude. They put way too much in, and it kind of ruins it a little bit. And on the thriller front,
yeah, the thriller in Manila. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean,
I don't know, man.
the politics stuff, the Cutter and Ritter duo. I really dug Cutter. He was such a fucking douchebag, and I love that. Blue-eyed Ritter's like, give me something in writing to Cutter, who doesn't want to do it, and like it ends up being his get out of jail free card. I totally didn't recognize Cutter as the dude from Ozark, the old man in the house, Buddy.
Oh yeah, it's Harris Yulin, dude.
Yeah,
He's awesome, man.
He's great.
Uh-huh.
Very, very Dick Cheney-esque kind of feeling to him in this, like the power behind the scenes kind of thing.
Oh yes, he is super Cheney-esque, man.
Well, Moffat's measuring his dick in the fucking Oval Office. This other dude's behind the scenes.
He has a great cadence to the way he talks. Sorry, I can't stop talking about Donald Moffat, dude. Mr. President, what are you doing exactly? Well, I'm measuring my dick. As you can see, I've taken out my penis and I'm measuring it against the other penises in the room.
I'm pulling it taut, to simulate, what it's like
an erection.
Extenuating circumstances, if you know what I mean. Okay, mate.
Okay.
How dare you come in here and bark at me like a junkyard dog?
How dare you, sir?
Love it.
Oh, my God. We could do it for hours.
Speaking of dicks, Willem Dafoe's hung like a fucking donkey. He's great in this movie.
He is, dude. Willem Dafoe hung like a donkey. Great in this movie.
This is actually a fucking legit segue. Have you ever heard about, the legend of his fucking dick?
No, Chad, I haven't.
No, evidently he's hung like a fucking donkey, and they had to, I don't know, it's kind of like, it's kind of this really weird Hollywood legend, and then this film surfaced of him on stage in Germany. I was like, yep, okay, never want to see that again. I mean, he's ugly with his fucking clothes on.
Wow.
So there you go. There's my nugget, my Willem Dafoe's fucking schlong nugget.
Wow, that's a great nugget, man.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Well, thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome. Yeah, he's fucking great in this, dude. I love Willem Dafoe. He's such a weird dude.
He is. He's excellent. He never fails to deliver on excellence, and this is no exception.
Yep.
he's great as Clark, and sort of masterminding the whole thing, and he's cool too because he's not just like we're gonna go in there, we're gonna kill everybody, and that's it. We don't give a shit about anybody. He's like, as soon as the guys, like, he's all about the men, and as soon as they get trapped in there, he's like, that's his primary focus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, no doubt.
So he's got heart, which is great, and I really like that Raymond Cruz has like actually a bigger role than I kind of remembered, man. Like he's kind of like the guy, dude, there for a while, like in the end, anyway.
Yeah, totally, man. That like, it's very rah America, fuck yeah, but I like Ryan going in and being part of the op to save the day, and like when they get on the helicopter and he's hanging off the helicopter leg like everyone in every movie in the 80s did.
Totally.
They pull him up and he's just like, yeah, man. And they look at him and he's like, yeah, man. And then Cruz comes over and he's like, yeah, man. It's like, okay, guys.
Yep.
It's just, yeah, trope-tastical.
Trope-tastical.
He saw some action, and now he's, now they can find out what his name is, like the Saving Private Ryan thing where they don't figure out the name until you've been in combat for a while kind of thing.
Yeah, right.
What was the pilot's deal? I know him from other stuff. He was fucking
Oh, come
hilarious,
on, dude. You just earned a death.
I totally did. I'm fine with
You're
that.
dead. Yep.
I just can't remember.
Well, I'm going to tell you in a second, and you're going to get pissed at yourself for not knowing it.
Tell me, bro.
Lay it on me, bro. He was the freaking Marvin the Weirdo who lived in the freaking steam tunnels in fucking Die Hard 2, bro.
Oh.
Among, like, many other similar roles,
That's where I know him from. What was his name?
Yep.
Do you remember his name?
I don't know. Marvin the Weirdo that lived in the steam tunnels.
I'm going to eject and look that up. I'm already dead, so.
I'm already ejecting, dude. So go ahead. I got Wikipedia open.
Tom Bauer.
What is it? Tom Bauer.
Dude, holy shit. He looks like the Crypt Keeper these days.
How dare you, sir?
How dare you?
And he always plays, I feel like he always is playing this, like, sort of...
Drunk, washed out dude.
Yeah, like a weirdo that lives in the steam
Has a flask in his
tunnels, or
pocket.
a drunk pilot, or, some sort of outlier of some kind.
Mm-hmm. He was in one episode.
Do you have
of
any
Battlestar.
time in this model? 9:00.
That is my favorite line in this movie. It fucking cracks me up.
Come on.
So good.
Come on. Really?
Yeah, dude, I fucking lost it. I mean, my dad's a pilot, so I guess it kind of hits close to home. I fucking love that. It's hilarious. Look at this big... Yes. This big son of a bitch. Do you have any time in this class? 9:00.
He's a big son of a bitch. 9:00.
So good.
And then he's like, Bird, where are you? And the dude's like, taking a nap
Snoring.
on the freaking blades on the top of the fuck.
Variable is Bird over. Flying over city. How you doing?
Yeah, can we get the crazy? Somebody go wake up the crazy drunk pilot. We gotta go freaking do a mission. And then, of course, he's like, half asleep and half drunk, and he flies everything perfectly.
Yeah, man.
Stupid.
His face in a bowl of soup and the whatever that was, whorehouse or whatever.
Yeah, whorehouse.
Yeah,
sure. What else? I mean, there's so many people in this movie, dude. We get Marshall Teague in this movie of Roadhouse fame, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah, he played Jimmy, the evil douche bad guy in Roadhouse, and he was one of the CIA Secret Service guys down in Colombia. Who gets greased. He's not in it for very long.
Dude, Benjamin Bratt?
Yeah, totally, dude. Benjamin Bratt is awesome, and that dude doesn't get enough.
Fucking James Earl motherfucking Jones.
I know, Darth Vader himself
dies in this movie. It's really sad.
Yeah, it is sad. He's like the Boy Scout generator, dude. He's the one that's like freaking filling Ryan's head with all that crap,
Dude, totally.
You took an oath to protect your country. Ryan's like, you're right.
He got a lesson to his boss, the American people.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like you thought he was going to say God, didn't you? But he said, I'm not talking about the one you came when you got your badge. I'm talking about the art you made to the American people. You spend your life doing... I don't know why Donald Moffat's in the hospital bed, but whatever. You spend your whole life doing the right thing. And then you see this. Oh, God.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Bondi Curtis Hall.
Yeah, I noticed he was in it too. And what's his name?
The machine is still on, Moira.
Yeah. That's that's the line I remember the most from this movie, dude.
Yeah, dude.
The machine is still on, Moira.
Dude, shout out to fucking Moira.
Right?
Dude, Moira's legendary. I found a couple of nuggets on her, dude.
Whoa, lay it down, bro.
That I thought you would like. She, one was Where the Fuck Do I Know Her From? She was Abbotson's wife in Man in the High Castle.
What?
Yeah, dog. I was like, that's where I know her from, dude.
Dang, bro.
And then in Nugget style, she fronted the rock group Vulcan Death Grip in the 80s and 90s or something, which I just love that she has a Star Trek connection there.
Fuck out of here, dude.
She's like a punk rocker, dude. She's awesome.
That is the sweetest name ever.
That's all I'm saying.
Vulcan Death Grip?
It's pretty good, dude.
That is excellent.
She looks like she's a member of the fucking B-52s, man. Like she's...
Yeah, I could see that.
She's very 80s MTV.
Underground following as a lead vocalist of the band Bongwater.
Also a great name.
Formed in 1985. 4 avant-garde albums.
I don't really know many of the other people in this. Like Ann Archer, who's Kathy Ryan, is in a million things, but I don't really know her from other stuff.
She's so freaking underused. Poorly used, misused, and underused in this movie, dude, is the, sort of smart wife. And plus we get Dr. Crusher plays her part in the first one in Red October.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Bad use of Ann Archer. Next.
That's it for the cast, I reckon. Do you have anybody else?
I don't know, dude. This cast is pretty robust,
fucking solid,
dude. It's like the who's who of like everybody that was awesome that we love.
No doubt.
Greg German, the guy that played Petey, the little computer nerd, was awesome.
Yeah.
He later went on to,
Ally McBeal or some shit, eh?
Exactly. Ally McBeal was one of his big things.
Yeah, he was funny. He was funny. Yeah, it's birthday backwards. It's like, oh, I need you to break into Ritter's computers. Like, I'm going to have to create a special program for this one.
Totally, dude. Oh,
nerdgasm.
Okay, we're way beyond birthdays now. New special.
Jack, I forgot to tell you, don't log into the Bleep Loop until after he deep dupes. It's like, I'm too late for that.
Dude, this is like, he is the epicenter of the Bleep Bloops.
Oh, man, it's so good.
Right? But then after Ryan leaves and he's like still masturbating about writing all this code, dude, he's like, he looks over and they show the mainframe and it's like one of those like serious computers, man, that's like has robotic arms like pulling carts out and shit. And he's like, okay, sweetheart, let's get to work.
You ready for daddy?
Yeah.
Was the dude from Hackers, man? Fucking oh my god. Remember the main baddie from Hackers? Fucking like,
yeah, Fisher Stevens.
I totally picture him in here, man. Fucking Fisher Stevens, his mullet, greased mullet.
Oh my god, that was one of the worst movies we have ever.
It was so bad, it was good,
about.
Dude. Come on.
That was so bad, it was good. We've done a few movies where it was so bad we did not give a shit.
Played by Fisher Stevens. Lorraine Bracco got taken to town with that dude.
Oh my god, that was terrible. All right, what else about this movie, dude?
Ted Raimi, he was another dude. He was one of the other dudes in this. I have to be more specific.
More than that?
Nah, that's pretty much all I got. He was the satellite imagery guy. One of the other analysts.
Satellite imagery guy.
When they were like, what does a car bomb look like? What does a missile look like?
Oh yes, that guy. He's been in a bunch of shit too.
Yeah. I like how I'm like, yeah, the guy that's in the thing. And you're like, yeah, he's been in a bunch of shit. Cool. Covered him. Next.
I think. Okay, sorry. I did.
No, that's
enjoy.
cool. It's
how
perfect.
It was
Leave it right there.
okay.
I definitely think we just leave that.
What else?
I guess, like, I don't know. I think zooming back out, it's the threads that really sell this fucking thing. Where you've got the clandestine soldiers blowing up shit. Like, there's just, like, little sprinklings of action, you know?
Yeah.
As you get through the espionage stuff. And then it just rah-rahs at the end with the, like, coffee is a very dangerous business these days, you know? And
yeah. Are you offering to help with the collection of an unpaid debt?
Yeah, it's like, what are you giving me? I'm giving you. It's just there's a lot of trope-tastic stuff towards the end, and the helicopter hanging off climax. You know, it's got everything that you want in a American
really
fuck yeah
does,
espionage
man.
movie, dude. Like, it just
except the thriller of the thrills of the thriller part. Like that part is sort of.
There's still a bit of it though.
No, there's a bit of it, but it's very much watered down, which is really kind of the weak sauce, you know.
Yeah.
That and the dialogue are the weak
I feel
sauce.
like the thing about this one is it's the vanilla is that it's positive. Like it's like at the end of the movie you're like, nice work, Jack Ryan, you're making America better. Whereas like every other espionage movie is just like, this system is fucked and this guy fucked the system back. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and save a puppy.
Yeah, it is. It's like everyone gets it's like the Oprah, reach under your seat, you get a car, you know? Like it's like,
yeah, right.
It's not realistic, man. It's just not realistic.
Holy shit. That is so good.
Because you got like Nathan Muir fucking riding out in his shitty Porsche at the end of Spy Game being like, and fuck you, you know, as opposed to this being like, I'm a good boy. I want a sticker, you know, in front of Congress.
Yeah. I know. Nathan Muir. Dude, that whole movie, every scene in that movie is, oh, you know what? I left a pen in my office. Yeah. I got to go back in there.
How many wives did he have? That was my seventh wife.
Yeah, right. He secretly reroutes like 5 satellites in his phone. You know?
Hey, you coming to my birthday party later? I fucking love that movie, dude. That's like seriously one of the best movies.
Yeah, it's good,
Cathcart
man. I definitely like it. Anne Cathcart. Anne Cathcart was somebody. She played that was what's her name?
Dude, she was the
hottie that we love from
Zardoz. Bro.
That's right.
The penis.
Charlotte Rampling, I think her name was.
Yeah. The what's her name from Dune, bro? Mohaim, the Gom Jabbar.
What, the Bene Gesserit in the original one?
Nah, the new one. She's the
new one. Yeah,
Gaius Helen Mohaim.
Right.
I'm a nerd. Nerds.
All right. So what else? We're done with the cast. We definitely talked enough about the president, but possibly not.
Let's definitely do more of that. I don't know. Like, I guess, like, what do you reckon? I don't know why I like the geopolitical spy shit so much. It seems like a pretty common, a common thing that bro nerd dudes like us do, but some people don't, So I don't know.
Bro nerds,
bro. You got
bro.
Some other movies in the genre: Good Shepherd, Charlie Wilson's War, Tinker Tailor. Like, there's a bunch of really good stuff in the space.
Yeah. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. That's a movie I started watching like 5 times and I never got through it.
That's a good flick, dude.
Yeah.
Good Shepherd too, like the origins of the CIA with Damon and
what's
De Niro.
Face? Ooh, there you go.
And you're huge on the Bourne movies. Like, I feel like Bond is the cheesesteak espionage. Bourne is the halfway to like hardcore, and then like Tinker Tailor is like hardcore. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the middle ground.
I don't know, dude. Bourne is like the freaking mental conditioning super sketch, like
which is kind of fantastical, though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it didn't happen. Like MK Ultra happened, but it's still kind of like, I don't know. It's like I kind of think of it like sci-fi, where you get like the hard sci-fi. You know what I mean? Like Tinker Tailor and Good Shepherd is like the hard sci-fi equivalent, where it's like trying to be super real, whereas Bond is not, and Bourne is in the middle.
Yes. I'm with you.
Obviously, the espionage classic True Lies shouldn't be passed over.
So realistic.
Tom Arnold. Starring Tom Arnold. That's a good fucking flick, dude. I don't know.
Great movie.
I just have a super soft spot for these kind of things.
Yeah, dude.
I'm glad we could do it.
Me too. I mean, you're talking like you're defending your position, which you don't need to do.
No, I'm just closing it out, I think. Like, I don't know what else there is to talk about here.
No, there's nothing else to talk about. In fact, we're going to end the show right now.
I never read any Clancy shit. Did you ever read any of that? It's like, that's like the shit my dad
had not
sitting
read
around.
a single thing. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, like, there are so many damn video games, dude.
Oh, dude.
I mean, it's like
Tom Clancy's
crazy.
Ghost Payday.
Just spit beer everywhere.
Did you? Sorry, bro.
Like all over my. I guess didn't really get on my computer. That's the important thing.
But those are like,
funny.
I've never really played a lot of those, but a friend of the show, Sammy King, has played a bunch of them, and he's just like, he's told me about them, where it's just the weirdest shit.
They're the best thing since sliced bread, I'm sure.
But it's like level 1, go and shoot some shit up. Level 2, the Russians have nuked the entire world, and now it's Armageddon, and you gotta save the damn job. It's like, okay, chill the fuck out.
Oh, he died in 2013. How about that?
Who's that? Tom Clancy?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's when it all started going off the rails.
I
don't know. I just like, I've never read any of the espionage books. I've always just been like, nah, I'd rather read sci-fi. But like, every fucking dad's house ever has like 7 Tom Clancy novels on the bookshelf. You know what I mean?
Wow, he was part owner of the Major League Baseball team, the Baltimore Orioles.
There you go. He made a few bucks.
He definitely did.
I mean, he's the Stephen King of espionage books. Like, there's no doubt about his legendosity in that space. Says the guy who's never read any of his fucking books.
I know, right?
But that's the feeling I get, though. I mean, seems like one of the big names in the space.
Ghost Recon Rainbow Six Division. Sorry, dude, I'm somewhere else.
I know. I noticed.
Sorry.
Nuggets test ratings, bits and bobs.
Fuck bits and bobs, dude. There's no. We already.
No, I got a bits and bob. I'd like to rent the Huey. The Huey is not for rent anymore. How much does it cost? $2 million.
Dude, I love that guy.
You gotta leave a deposit. How much is the deposit? $2 million.
$2 million.
$2 million.
So good, man.
He's so great.
Get off my chopper. It's my chopper.
Yeah,
My pilot and I would have to take it for a test
I
flight.
paid for it, man.
You just have to leave a deposit.
Dude, that opening sniper scene, we said
How much is that?
a little bit about it, but that's
$2
one of my
million?
favorites. Like, that's a classic scene.
Great. And one of the guys. Okay, here's a little. I'll save that for Nuggets. Never mind.
We're in Nuggets.
Oh, okay. So the guy that was on the radio, like trying to chase down the sniper in the sniper field,
Yeah.
not on one of the Jeeps, was oh my god, dude.
Good story.
Jack. He played Jack, the older brother who was like the total bruiser in Airborne, dude. My favorite movie.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's a nug, bro. You can't deny it. Anyway,
I can't. That classic bit of cinema.
what else do you have?
From a Nugget point of view, it was just the Vulcan death grip stuff. Oh, very random, completely unrelated nugget that I thought was interesting was James Earl Jones' Star Wars nugget. He didn't meet David Prowse until 2012, which I thought was really weird and interesting.
Whoa, that is weird.
So, like, you're legendary for Darth Vader's voice, and he's legendary for Darth Vader, but you just never met. It's just such a weird bit of,
Yeah.
sausage making in terms of never meeting. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
And, the last piece is that he does not have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which is my hill I'm going to die on with how fucking stupid that is.
Who? James Earl Jones?
James Earl Jones, yeah. The Hollywood Walk of Fame is just such a crock of shit. Like, that's my bugbear
Stupid.
this year.
That's stupid.
But in terms of nuggets for this, I don't got anything. There's a bunch of
Yeah,
nuggets,
nothing
but they're all like, the book is different than this for this reason kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I don't really care about the Nuggets anymore, dude. All right, so deaths.
Well, the show died when we went off on a Moffat quest for an hour in the middle of the show.
No, that was the best part of the show. Deaths, we only had 3. I had 2, you had 1. I had I forgot Donald Moffat was in The Thing, which is egregious. And then I had a bro death. And then you had no idea who Bird was.
I had no idea who the dude from the basement of Die Hard 2 was.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. And we both kind of ejected later, so we can just have an honorary ejection.
This is our honorary ejection death of the show.
Yeah, because it happens every show.
That's right. Okay, so ratings.
It's in the 5s, of course, because it's the algorithm.
Of course.
I have it at a 5.7, and I have it just below True Lies and above Greyhound. And I think this one's interesting to compare against Greyhound, because we talked about
$2 million.
Red October in Greyhound, did our little sub-off, and I feel like this one just pips Greyhound. I don't know. I think it's the geopolitics that really gets me on this one. And it's kind of hard to have a 90s nostalgia bomb kind of overpowered by a newer movie, I guess. But it's a solid movie, dude. Like, if you're into this flavor of movies, you would have seen this already. So I'm not telling anyone listening to this anything new, but it's a fun rewatch, and it's quaint as fuck, which through today's lens is kind of an interesting lens to view it through. Very
nice. Nice rating.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go with an 8.3. Mm-hmm. This is a great movie. I realized on this watch that the dialogue was terrible, and I could definitely see like where the other writing bits were. They kind of veered away from Tom Clancy, but despite that, I still love watching it, and that really kind of trumps everything,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll knock it back a couple of points because of that, but other than that, it's still great. It's just great. It's great geopolitical thriller movie.
It's Harrison Ford, dude.
Thriller vanilla plus Harrison Ford, dude. Exactly. The wannabe Jack Ryan, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go.
There it is.
All right. And now for the most exciting part of this show, what's happening next week's Sealab?
Well, we're not doing a month of espionage, but we are doing another legendary movie about spies. Spies Like Us.
Ooh. Well, there you have it, folks. Spies Like Us, starring Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase. Okay.
$2 million.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for joining us for Variable. This is Knife Over. I'm the Mohlvie. With me, as always, is C-Slab Forever. And so long for now.
See ya.
And that's going to wrap up this week's episode. Folks, if you'd like to check out the show notes for the show, you can do so in your podcast app of choice or at our website, ebd.fm/episodes/206. You can also support the show in a variety of ways. You can go to patreon.com and throw some actual money. You can also tell a friend to check out the show, or you can rate us and review us on your podcast place of getting podcasts. And that would be very helpful, so please do that. Also, check us out on social. We use the handle at EBD Podcast everywhere. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in for Variable. This is Knife Over, and we'll see you next week for Spies Like Us. So long for now, folks.
One for Sealab, two for Troy, three for Wolverine to round out the trio in this episode. Everybody dies.
Beady, beady, beady.
$2 million.
Now you listen up and you listen up good. I want to go to the Vulcan Death Grip concert.
How much is that?
$2 million.
I want to see Vulcan Death Grip now. All right. Look, all you gotta do is put your hand up to the television screen, man. Huh? Come on, you want to see Vulcan Death Grip, don't you? Or do you? Tri-State Civic Arena, here I come. Heavy fucking metal! Sing, bitch. Smoking dope and faking and I'm wasted. Burning in the fire and I'm wasted. Wasted, wasted, my skin is falling off and I'm wasted. I'm puking out my guts and I'm wasted. Eat all the vomit and get wasted. Wasted, wasted. More smoke.
Sweet pea, we finally made it. Hey, we are Vulcan Death Grip. Ha ha!